3 o'clock, Old Trafford, we're taking on Aston Villa. Adam, in that appalling shirt, please tell us if Manchester United are finally clicking.
We are, yeah. It's why I'm wearing a t-shirt like this.
It is amazing to be
super
fair. I like
chilled,
it a lot.
kicking back. Every little thing's going to be all right. United are clicking, and we're coming back. We're on the road back. We're not back yet, but we're on the way. We're on the way.
Guys, why do you think that is? Why are things suddenly starting to work? Have we turned the corner, or is it just it's taken a long time to get everything as Louis van Gaal wants it?
Sorry, I'm just fully taking in what Adam just said at the start of that. I think we have turned a corner. I think that it's what I'm not saying that I'm the only one who's been saying it. I think that a lot of people have been saying it as well. But I think that since we've switched to 4-3-3, that's been brilliant, and I've wanted it all year. And to see Mata, Carrick, and Herrera, I'm going to keep repeating it because I do think that is.
Say it again, guys. Say it again, guys.
Well, the thing is, Mata, Herrera, and Carrick, they're not necessarily like, especially Carrick and Herrera, they're not necessarily like big superstar players, but they make all the difference for us, and they've finally made us, I hate to say it because people say I say it all the time, but they have made us click.
Yeah, they really have. Carl, we are playing well. Is that because we've come to this point in the season? Is it a long period of time process? Or suddenly have the players just got the philosophy?
Yeah, well, I mean, Louis van Gaal always goes on about process and philosophy and that sort of stuff. And he always said, fair play to him, it'll take time. And I mean, what is it now? April, 1st of April today. So, I mean, it's took enough time, hasn't it? But I think building team spirit is half the job. You look in the celebrations and that sort of stuff after the game, there seems to be a real team spirit there. And I know Ashley Young's come out and he said he now feels like a senior player. And he's a right good character to have in the sort of team and the squad to drag the smaller players up and that sort of stuff. But I don't think for 1 minute it's a finished article yet. But I mean, he's got a team spirit there now from what I can see. And I think that's half the job.
What's so exciting to see as well is that we're approaching this summer. We kind of feel like we've just clicked. Obviously, a defeat against Villa could throw that all away again. But when you're hearing about the names we're being linked with, I think this summer could be a summer where United fans go into it buzzing and full of confidence ahead of the next season, which it's took a long time since Fergie left, but, you know, it's finally happening. We're finally getting over Fergie, I think.
We are. Okay. Gaz, Di Maria.
Yes.
Would you put him straight back into the team?
I think there's a few names that are in contention, a few big names that probably won't play. However, I'd like to see Di Maria play personally, and maybe it is slightly harsh to drop Ashley Young, but at the end of the day, Di Maria came on against Liverpool. I don't even think he played well, to be honest, but the way he set up Mata's goal, I thought that was enough for Di Maria to play.
I think that's unfair. I think that's unfair because
are we better without Di Maria?
Yes, because Angel Di Maria is the best player at the club, probably. But I mean, saying that, we played worse, Angel Di Maria didn't have the best game. United actually, it coincided with Liverpool going down to 10 men and taking control of the game. So I think that's unfair to say he had a poor game because I think as a team we kind of sat back a little bit and we didn't play in those first 15 minutes when he created the goal. And if things stayed as they would have done, I think we would have won 3 or 4-0 and he probably would have created some more. So, and he's that kind of player where sometimes he's going to beat a man, sometimes he's not, but more often than not he will. And I think we've just got to give him some time, and I'd be gutted to see him leave this summer.
He can do things that no other player in our team can do, and even if he was to have a poor game at the end, he would just pull off a bit of class.
Go on, Carl. Give an opinion. Are we better without Di Maria?
As a team, at the moment, we're doing all right. I wouldn't say we are better without him. I think he's a great player to have coming off the bench. He's a great resource to have at this moment in time. Guys, because you've got to get him settled, like loads of players, a normal person, you've got to get him settled off the pitch first. So he's having troubles moving about with his family, that sort of stuff. I don't think his run of form is terminal. I think it's kind of a short-term thing. You've seen what he did for for Real Madrid in the Champions League and Argentina against Germany. I think next season he is going to light up the Champions League. I am so excited.
Carl, I really hope you're right, and I know that you can never judge a player based on one season. I think he's going to be here for a while, and I do think he will live up to his 60 million, his price tag. However, we've got to admit this season he's not been a 60 million pound player.
Exactly. That's why you've got to bear with him. It's his first season, isn't it?
But dropping him from the team or keeping him on the bench, whichever way you look at it, I think that's the wrong thing to do.
But we'll look about Herrera and Mata.
Players. You're saying wait till he settles. Football players probably forget everything else that's going on in their life when they play football. And, you know, the only way he's going to find form is play him. Especially against Villa.
The question is, Adam, are you
don't say it like that.
The team. Right. Let's find out. Carl, is Di Maria in your team to face Villa? Give us your starting lineup.
No, he's not. I'm kind of going. Sorry, I'm going with the same team that's played for the past 2 games. I think if it's not broke, don't fix it. So De Gea, Blind, Jones, Smalling, Valencia, Carrick, Fellaini, Herrera, Young, Rooney, and Mata in a 4-3-3.
Okay, Gaz.
Yeah, I've gone for a similar team, but Di Maria's in there, and I'm hoping Rojo can come back into the squad as well. So De Gea, Valencia, Rojo, and Blint at left back. Carrick, Herrera, Fellaini midfielders, then Mata, Rooney, and Di Maria as sort of your forward types.
Okay, Adam, what do you make of that?
I'd play Angel Di Maria, but again, I do understand where yourself and Carl are coming from in the sense that if it's not broke,
I played him.
You know. Well, yeah, you played him, which you said I would play him, but I do kind of agree with Carl in the sense that, you know, it's not broke, don't fix it, we don't need to change anything. But I would, we're at home, bring Angel Di Maria into the mix. I think the way that Fellaini and Mata are playing in between those lines, in between the midfield and the defence, and in between the fullback and the centre half, working those spaces, creating the opportunities, creating those triangles, that's made for Di Maria.
Would you drop young Adam?
I would drop Fellaini.
Would you? Even though you just mentioned him as someone who's working to create space.
Those were the spaces I said they were working in. And I think this new formation, obviously, when Valencia and Young bomb down the wing, it allows Mata and Fellaini to drop inside 5-10 yards and work in those spaces that we haven't been able to before. And I think that's why we've got these triangles that we're seeing now. We got Carrick and Blind or Herrera or whoever sitting, Ashley Young, Valencia going. It's creating so many options for the players. It's like a kaleidoscope of movement around them. And
that was a kaleidoscope of movement.
But Angel
just like his shirt.
But Angel Di Maria, that's made for him.
Okay, let's talk about Aston Villa. They are Ashley Young's former team. Carl, who is going to do the damage for Aston Villa? Who have we got to worry about?
You've got a few to worry about. You've got obviously the pacey up front. I've got Bongalho, however you say his name.
Say that again.
And Teke, I can't. That's the one and only time. But here's some good news. Here's some good news that kind of links Villa and United together. I don't know if it is good news. Dion Dublin's going to be new presenter for Homes Under the Hammer. So I mean, it's not.
Now that is a sentence that I never thought I'd hear.
Exactly. I fell off the chair when I read that.
How is that linked? So
right, can we focus? Dion Dublin didn't wave, so we don't talk about Dion Dublin. What we want to talk about is who is playing on a football pitch, not who's trying to flog some old lady's house on BBC 2 at 1:30 in the afternoon when only old drunk geriatric ladies are watching the television while their husbands are passed out or dead.
Got to work.
Right, Gaz, Aston Villa. Have they got a good defence? Have they got a good midfield? Is Tom Cleverley going to come back to haunt us?
Well,
he can't play, presumably.
Well, I was going to say, thank God that Tom Cleverley can't play, because what a player he is. But yeah, they've got that Akore at the back. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but he's a player who's looked all right at times this season. So, and it's looking like that he's injured for the game. So, yeah, that's good news. Fabian Delphi's had a good season. He's been called up for England. He's not really done too well for England, but he's obviously got a bit of ability to be called up. And Benteke, we all know what Benteke can do on his day, but hopefully Chris Smalling's come back from his illness and he can be marking him throughout the game.
Thank you very much for your comments and doing so with avoiding property ladder broadcasting. Adam, Aston Villa.
Yeah,
who can we use to beat them?
I personally think their weakness is the ability to keep the ball and moving from defence to midfield with the ball. Gaz mentioned Akore. Whilst I think at times he looks a physical presence and he looks like he can bully some strikers, when he's got the ball at his feet or he's trying to pass 5-10 yards, he's a bit poor. And I think that's throughout the Villa team. They're very poor with their passing. Obviously, if they get it through the midfield, through Delph, through Weimann to Benteke and Agbonlahor, then that's obviously when they're going to be a threat. And we've seen how we are against pace. But if we can intercept the passes coming from the defence, coming from the midfield, get Carrick, Herrera, Blind, whoever in there breaking it up, I think we can have them and have quite a few goals as well. So I'm not really too worried about them.
All right, let's wrap this mother up. Carl, score prediction.
2-0, United.
Gaz.
Slightly negative maybe, but just coming off an international break, I don't think it's going to be as exciting as our last 2 games. I think we're going to get the win, but I don't think it's going to be a great performance, so I'm going to say 2-1.
Okay, controversial. Adam.
4-0 Manchester United.
4-0, smashing. All right, I'll go 3-0 because no one said that. Thank you very much, guys.
What happened last time we played Tim Sherwood, actually?
I know that was after the Liverpool game
Sherwood!
as well, wasn't it?
Ratio.
Right, cheers, guys. Subscribe to Full Time Devils. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.